So guys, here's my problem. At my workstation here, as I sit here, I cannot see the back monitors, the entire screens. The laptop screens are blocking the back monitors. So what I need to do is build a monitor stand to elevate the monitors so that I have a clear view of everything. And that's the next project. And then with a little shelf unit maybe to put hard drives and tablets and that sort of thing to elevate them. Not to elevate them, but to give them a little bit of storage. So that's my challenge on my desktop here. So this is the slab that I found that I'm going to be using for the monitor table. I'm going to cut it to 3 feet long so that 2 monitors can fit on it. It'll be 9 inches deep and it will be 6 inches high. So I'll be using my Ryobi battery powered saw on this to do a rough cut. I'll turn on the and I got a leftover piece here. I might be able to make a little charcuterie board or something like that. I don't know, we'll see. Can't waste any wood. And this will be the monitor stand. Rough cut. So this is my trusty Black & Decker bench, which I've had since I think my Central Street and Evanston days, which was the early 80s. So the debark. I'm going to try my other debarking tool. So this is the tool. See how it goes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, nice. Very nice. So now I'll be cleaning out the split in the wood here. I'm going to be filling this with epoxy later and tying them together with butterflies. But I have to clean all this out so I can get a nice epoxy pour in there. This is where the dental tools come in very, very handy. Thank you, Dad, for leaving the collection of tools for me. For woodworking, they're phenomenal. So now I'm switching to the 1/4" bit. Quarter-inch bit. Thing I've learned in doing this shop stuff with the power tools is don't rush. Never rush. Do things correctly. Do things the right way. Never rush. You make mistakes, which can hurt you. Okay, so I finished cutting the butterflies, the bow ties. I did 3 of the 2" and 1 of the 3". And this one took forever. I had to go many passes to get it to the right size, but it fits now. Problem was the wood kept moving as I was cutting, so it kept giving me errors, and that was tough to start, stop to eliminate the errors. But I think these are going to fit in nicely, and they'll be positioned like so. I'm going to cut them so that they're flush to the surface. Then we're going to fill these cracks with epoxy, and then give it a good finish. And this will be the surface for the monitor stand. The 2 monitors, 1 on each side. It should be okay. We'll see how it turns out. Anyway, this is, like I said, I'm a beginner. I'm just learning, and I'm enjoying it. I really, really love this stuff. It is a little frustrating when it doesn't go exactly right, but I'm getting a handle on it step by step, so that's it. Okay, so now it's time for the glue up. I usually have these bent needle nose pliers that open my glue for me. Can't find it. I used it for something and it's gone somewhere. I'll find it eventually. Anyway, do the glue up here. I'm not using the expensive Titebond glue. I'm just using Elmer's glue, wood glue. It's kind of their premium glue, but it's not what everyone else is using. The Titebond 2, Titebond 3. Eventually I'll get some of that stuff, but for now this is fine. Gob it in. More glue the better. Okay, then we want to spread it around with my brush. Like so. Place the bow tie. Spread it around. Make sure you get it on all the side walls. Like so. Yeah. Squeeze out, baby. Squeeze out, baby. Yeah. Squeeze out. Cracks. All right. Get in there. That's it. That's what we're looking for. All right. So now, clean off the brush. At my old studio, I had lead weights that would have been ideal for just sitting on top of things like this. Got these heavy sandbags. And there we have it, all weighted down. So I'm going to call it a day. Let this dry overnight, and then I'll be cutting off the excess and sanding it down. And then we'll get into the epoxy finishing. So the butterflies are glued in, and now it's time to cut them flush to the surface with the flush cutting saw. Woo! So now we're in the process of sanding. These cut down pretty flush. So now we're going to do an epoxy mix. Fill the cracks in the pith area. That's the center of the slab. So I'm going 20 of A, 20 milligrams, and then 20 of B. Slow down. Right on the money. Okay. Then we mix. Okay. Almost ready. And then it takes 24 hours to dry. So this wood is just going to sit here. I've got it all taped off on the bottom because these cracks go all the way through. Hopefully that will hold. We'll see. I may need to mix more, but I'm just going to start filling. What's going to happen is it's going to soak in into the crack. So I'll have to mix more later and fill more. Let me go back and fill that bow tie as well, because it needs to be filled. I'll come back here, fill that crack, fill the bow tie. This one is pretty deep. I'm going to add to my pour because I noticed it bubbling up. There you go. Over here. Looking good. So I'm just going to cut rounded corners here. I don't like the straight lines on the edges. I'll be doing the same thing on the other side here.